morning guys. So today I'm going to meet up with PowerDrift finally. So I'll be taking you guys around the journey. So I'll meet you in the cab.
How are Bangaloreans with time? Are they on time usually? No? On Sunday especially on time, very prompt. Because Pune guys suck. We are like horrible. Horrible. Like the concept of time is like, I don't know what universe they live in. It's not this one. So I'm just curious. Like we had people who actually, everything was packed up and they showed up, they're like, so, hi man. I'm like, yeah, we're actually on our way out. Oh! Oh yeah. How many of you have subscribed to PowerDrift? Wow. How many of you have turned on the notification? So you guys already have seen the new video which has been launched this morning.
Yeah.
In case you haven't, then I'm showing you right now. I think that's the best possible way to start this session.
Just one thing. I always wanted to do this in my life. My teachers would do this. People at the last bench come ahead.
No problem.
I normally don't bite. Normally. Pardon my language, but I am shit when it comes to public speaking. So I'm much better riding a motorcycle than doing this. So please bear with me. And yeah, hopefully we will survive. Some of you might actually walk out of this place alive. I won't bore you to death. I promise. But I think we can get the conversation started at least. So what exactly do you think is happening here? Okay, number one rule, this is an interactive session. If you're going to sit here and hear me talk, that's like the worst possible way to die. Right? So let's not do that. Let's have an aim that Sagar Shildekar speaks as less as possible. Hello? And you guys do most of the talking. Is that deal?
Yes.
Yeah? I think they can hear me, right? Can you? Okay. So, do I have... Not so much for my ear. I told you I was bad at this. Check. Are we on schedule? Should we start? How do we do it? 2 more minutes. Okay. So yeah, what do you think is happening here?
Safety.
Why is this idiot standing here with a mic in his hand and talking to you?
You're going to tell us how to ride safely.
I'm going to tell you how to ride. Alrighty then. Okay. Alright. Any other answers or everyone agrees? Dude, this is going to be a really long session. I thought the coffee in Bangalore was good, man. It wakes you up and everything.
I think it's not a Scooby coffee that is. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay.
I think they are too conditioned by schools. So we are okay. Roll number 1. Right, you can talk, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you there?
Yes.
We have an interactive session.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that's the number one rule here. This is no lecture. I hate lectures. I've always hated lectures my entire life. Other than CSS, I love that lecture. I've done that 3 times before. But yeah, the whole idea behind this is we come here. Does anyone not like motorcycles here?
No way.
Good for you.
Love it.
Okay. Well played, my man. Well played. Okay. What else is happening today? There's something else happening today. Wow. Okay. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe we are opposing Western concepts, Western days. Okay, let's not go there. It's a good element. Today is Mother's Day. People know about Mother's Day? Apparently someone decided that we have to dedicate a day to our mothers. We should tell them that we love them on this day. Not every single day. On this day. Today is when we buy them chocolates and whatnot. But that's why we decided to do something a little different. That's how I would like to start this session, because I think that's why we are here. PowerDrift is here not because I suck at talking, but because we are decent at making good videos which can connect with people and share our passion about motorcycling and cars. And yeah, so are we ready? Should we kickstart the session with just play? Oh wait. Dear mom, dear I. Dear mom, I house. So, can we make that small promise?
Yes.
Yes.
To the one person who not only brought us into this world but has sacrificed everything to see us succeed, to see us live, to see us do whatever it is that we are doing. I mean, especially all of you who are here, who are motorcyclists, I know how difficult it is to convince our moms to let us ride. Right? So I think it's the least we can do for her today is take this pledge. I know it sounds cheesy as cheesecake, but I think that's the least that we can do, because especially with India becoming the #1 capital with the most number of motorcycles in the world. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, we just crossed China. We have the most number of motorcycles in India now. And not the best infrastructure. And not the best people who follow our traffic rules. So I think keeping all of that in mind, that's why we thought we would do this. The least we can do for our moms, take this pledge and promise to be safe on the road, so you can go back and hug her and kiss her and thank her for bringing us to life. Can we do that?
Yes.
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 Much better. Okay, why did we show this? How is that related to Harley Davidson? Very similar, in fact. Because Harley Davidson, just like all our well-wishers, started this initiative called PassportToFreedom, which I think is a brilliant initiative, which is why PowerDrift is a part of it to start with. For us, we always wanted this opportunity. It's a big deal this, that I'm standing here in front of you. We are standing here in front of you because ever since PowerDrift, Power to the Rider came into existence, we wanted to connect with our followers. We wanted to have more PD Army meets so we know where we stand, what are we doing right, what are we doing wrong, how do we take things forward, right? And then Harley Davidson had seen some of our coverage of our PD Army meets and how many people we connected with. and they said that, hey, we have already launched this initiative called Passport to Freedom. Why don't we join hands? And I think a big round of applause for Harley. Woo! I'll tell you why, because I don't know how many of you are familiar with IBW, India Bike Week. I don't know if you have attended it, but I think once in a lifetime you definitely should, because it's a fantastic gathering of motorcyclists like you and I, all coming together for our love for motorcycles. It was an initiative started by Harley Davidson. It was initially just for Harley riders. And then Harley's like, why should we do that? They actually opened it up to motorcyclists of not just motorcyclists, even different brands, right? So now when you go to IBW, you have other manufacturers like Aprilia, like Triumph. People they are competing with, right? Not Aprilia, but Triumph. And they still have the heart, for the love of motorcycling to get people to come together. So Passport to Freedom initiative is on the same vein. It does not matter what motorcycle you ride. It does not matter if you don't own a motorcycle. As long as you love motorcycles, you're more than welcome to sit here and have this conversation. And the conversation being that we want to talk about rider risk management, so that we can not just promise our mom that we'll be doing these basic things, but also learn a few techniques which will help us keep pursuing this dream of ours to be riding a motorcycle for as long as we can. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah? Does that sound interesting enough?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So now, as I said, very categorically, this is going to be a question and answer round. You're not going to be sitting there. If I see you sleeping, you'll be the first guy I catch hold of. Yeah. So, okay, to kickstart things, what's the favorite day? What's your favorite day in Bangalore to go riding? Saturday, Sunday? Every day? Oh wow! I want your job, man. This is my job and I don't ride every day. Okay, so now let's get into the thick of things. So you guys, either Saturday or Sunday or every day. So imagine yourself in the morning, right? Yeah, you're all geared up, you go down, you look at your motorcycle, you're all ready to ride. What do you do? What's your morning ritual? Do you have any ritual? Like Rossi has a ritual, right? Do you know Valentino Rossi?
Yes.
Do you know he has a ritual?
Yes.
Yeah?
No.
Okay. So do you guys have something similar that you do? Sorry? That is fantastic. Do you also brush and clean your motorcycles?
Yes.
Okay. What else do you do? Sorry?
Loop the chain.
Lube the chain. Okay. What else? Pray to God. Okay. I hope you pray to God every day, not just before riding. That will help your mom stay a little calmer. What else? What else? What else?
Warm the bike up.
Warm it up. Okay. 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 Great, great, great. So I guess you're pretty much bang on. We all are really excited. Do you guys, have you ever done that you're super excited, you're so excited that you forget to fuel up?
Yes.
Yes, so yeah, it's happened to me. I'm like super excited.
It happened to me today.
Oh wow, I like it. I mean, it makes me feel nice. I would like to believe that this is because of the excitement for coming to a PD Army meet. But yeah, this happened to me with the 959 Pani Gali. I was so happy. Oh my god, Pani Gali, dude. The bike I can never afford. It's there, it's right there. And I'm going to be like, yeah, right? And then, yeah. But it was okay. Luckily, there's a fuel pump which is very close to my house. So at least I got some workout. But, okay, jokes apart. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about three most important things that, in my books, that you should do before you head out for a long ride. Wow. Okay. I'm not that boring. I've just gotten started, man. Right? So, okay, on a serious note, so three things. So all of the things that you're doing, cleaning up the bike, fueling up, tire pressure, lubing the chain, everything is great. What I'm going to share with you today are 3 basic things which I feel you should definitely do before you head out for a ride. Right? The first one being something which, I don't know why, for whatever reason, but is the most undervalued thing that you can do on your motorcycle or before you get on a ride.
Where?
You can come here, man.
I'm just looking at I'm searching for.
Oh, okay.
This is a good view. You can search all.
Yeah. You're Superman, for God's sake, man. Come on.
I'm not Superman. I'm just like a replica.
Oh, replica.
S sound stands for South Indian.
Works. Okay, the first thing is tire pressure. Why is tire pressure important? Any guesses?
Because tire is the only thing that keeps you contact with the road.
Fantastic. Can we have a round of applause for that? Tire pressure is one thing which is the most important thing that you have. You cannot miss, because it affects everything. It affects your acceleration. It affects your handling. It affects your braking. It affects the mileage that you get from your tire, the fuel economy. So everything. Basically everything. If you overinflate your tires, you put too much tire pressure,
Chances of bursting.
you're not going to have very good grip because the tire is too taut. So now the tire, is everyone familiar with the concept of contact patch?
Yes.
Yeah. It's the surface of the tire which is in contact with the road surface. Right? So what do you think will happen if you're putting too much tire pressure?
Less patch.
Yeah.
Patch decreases.
So contact patch is going to reduce because the tire is going to be too taut, right? That means you're not going to have very good grip when you're leaning the bike or when you're braking. Not as much tire is going to hold on to the road. How do you come to a stop, right? And also, has anyone overfilled their tires anytime?
Yes.
What happens to the suspension? What happens to the ride? Very hard.
Very
right?
stiff. Yeah.
Exactly. You don't want that. Let's go to the other end. Let's say your tires do not have enough pressure. What happens?
Rolling resistance
Is more. Yep. Acceleration is low. Fuel economy is less. Do you think the tire gets eroded in a weird way?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's basic things like this. Like, I don't know. It's crazy because I quote a simple example of a racetrack, right? 2 or 3 PSI on the racetrack makes such a big difference in terms of the amount of grip and everything. And the same holds true for the road, right? Because it affects all of these factors which are so important to us. Like, who doesn't want to accelerate as well as the bike can accelerate, right? Who doesn't want to brake when they want to? So tire pressure is one of the most important things which you can do. What's the next thing? Can you guess?
Warming up.
Okay. Warming up. What else?
Suspension oil.
Suspension check. Okay, can you tell me a little bit more about that? Can you go a little deeper? Suspension check, what do you mean by that?
Check for dirt or anything like oil.
Yay! Can we have a round of applause for this man? Okay, how many of you have the privilege of riding in Bangalore where you have the best roads? Where there's not a single pothole?
Our dreams.
Okay, because Pune we don't have roads. We are basically just, it's an obstacle course. How many of you love to pull wheelies? Dude, I'm telling you, man. No one likes to pull wheelies here.
Yes.
One guy, I mean, great for you, man, but 2 people? Seriously? Oh, come on, man. I mean, I'm not a cop, right? I'll be the first person to go in prison for popping wheelies.
Snake rider.
Oh.
So it's good.
Not staring that far.
Yeah. Look, it's a good thing. So I'm the idiot here. It's quite obvious. Because I like to pull wheelies. What about stoppies? I'm sure. Wow, the same guy. Man, you and me, we have to talk. We have a lot more in common, right? Okay. All the more reason why. Okay, you don't do wheelies and stoppies, but you ride on roads where roads don't really exist, right? All the more reason why you need to look at your forks, and if your oil seals, the fork seals are still intact, because it's something which It has happened to me where I completely, I mean, you don't check that, right? You don't really check that. Suspension just works, right? You take it for granted. But then on one of my reviews, luckily for me, I realized my brakes started fading. So I came to a stop and I looked that the oil seat actually busted and the oil had leaked onto my brakes and had pretty much gone onto the tire. So God forbid if I hadn't stopped, a disaster was just waiting for me, right? So it's very, very important that you ensure that before you go out for a ride or every morning, just a cursory glance at your forks to ensure that they are intact. There is no oil leakage, there is no... Oil also means that there will be dust particles, like dirt particles on it, so it's easy to make out that. But it's very important because, yeah, you won't, if the oil spills onto your brakes or your tires, not much you can do in terms of riding techniques, right? What's the third thing? The third most important thing. How many of you like to go fast? Yeah.
The same rider, by the way.
Okay. How do you think every single one of you who did not raise their hands actually? You don't like to go fast? Yeah. Okay. So everyone likes to go fast. How do you think you can go fast?
Depends on the road.
If the roads are clear. Okay. Thank God. Yes. Yes. What else?
You should understand the ergonomics of the bike.
Okay. Okay. No, but how do you think you can go fast?
Not at all.
Slack and power and okay. The throttle. Everyone likes to go crazy on the throttle. Yeah. What gives you the biggest confidence to go fast?
Brakes.
There we go. Unanimous answer. Brakes, right? You can only go fast when you know you can stop. Otherwise, you'll just go fast into oblivion. And that's not what we want. So yeah, brakes. By brakes, I mean, again, you don't have to go through them every single day, but especially if you're going out for long rides. A very cursory glance on the brake pads to ensure that they have enough meat. One is obviously because they ensure that you have good braking power. Secondly, how many of you own big bikes here? Wow, quite a few people. Yeah, if you run out of brake pads and there is metal to metal contact, those discs are not very cheap, no? Yeah, brake pads, they are still cheaper than the discs. So yeah, that's something which can be easily avoided by just looking at the brake pads. Yeah? Okay? So we all agree? Are we okay with these three things?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. But how many of you, any of you in the room who's already been doing all of this? Yeah? Yeah?
Now your PowerDrift is at 3900 video. After that I'm doing that.
I've never reviewed it, man.
G1000.
Oh yeah. Oh, fantastic. Oh, you saw. Okay. So yeah, that's a good point. We have a whole series about it's called Living the Motorcycle Dream. You can check it out where we have touched upon these topics. Good point there. But all of you who have been doing this, have you still been in an accident before? How many of you have been in an accident before? Yeah. Right? So that's the thing about riding motorcycles. It's a lot of fun. Really makes you feel alive. It's the biggest adrenaline high that you can get while riding a motorcycle. But also things can go wrong, right? When you have an accident. So, pretty much every single one lifted their hands. So what happens? So let's say you find yourself in a panic situation, right? In an emergency situation. What happens?
Brakes.
What happens?
You slam on the brakes.
Slam on the brakes, okay. Even before you slam on the brakes, what happens? So let's say, imagine this, that you're going, what's your favorite motorcycle? The Diavel, right? So let's say you're on the Diavel and you're going really, really fast and you suddenly see a dog in front of you. What do you do?
Hit it on the face.
Other than that,
That's the situation. I lose the control as the car moves.
You lose control. Okay. Can someone? Okay, this is not rocket science. So what happens to you when someone suddenly comes in front of you when you're going really fast?
You try to swerve.
Get scared, get tensed,
You get blank, like you
Don't know what to
blank
do.
out. Yeah. Does everyone agree?
Yes. Don't know what to do.
Yeah. Everyone freezes.
Yes.
Everyone gets really stiff on the bike.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. He becomes.
Wow, let's not. I hope this session helps you so that you don't get an anxiety attack when you're on the motorcycle. Right? But this has happened to all of us, right? We get really stressed, right? We really stiffen up on the bike, right? Now, when you say you get really stiff on the bike, what part of the bike are you holding on to?
Handle. The handle.
And also your legs will be composed towards the tank.
Okay, so he's the odd one out. But most people usually get really stiff on the handlebar, right?
Yes.
Yeah, agree?
Yes.
People at the back, I'm gonna get you if you don't start talking. Do you agree with me? Do you get stiff on the handlebar? Okay. So now here's the thing, right? What if I told you that all the accidents that you must have had, all of you, all different scenarios, was your fault?
Yes. Definitely.
We should hire this guy, man. Sorry?
Instead of getting relaxing and handling the situation, we get tensed and
Panic.
instead of applying back brake, rear brake and apply front brake, we all of a sudden
Front.
completely hold the front.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many of you agree that it was your fault? Wow. Okay, some people do not agree. Why do you think you don't agree? Do you think it's the rickshawala which slammed his brakes in front of you? Or the jihadi dog who ran in front of you?
Suicidal.
Yeah? Or the suicidal pedestrian who's on the phone finding Pokemon? No, it's not their fault, it's your fault. You know why? Because all of you, as we all universally accepted that we get stiff on a handlebar. That's where the problem lies. Because your motorcycle has been built not to crash. Your motorcycle has been built. It doesn't matter if you're riding a Harley Davidson, if you're riding a Z1000, if you're riding a Diavel. Your motorcycle has been built to go straight. Has been built to stay upright. How many of you have actually turned a motorcycle? No one's raising their hands, man. Okay. How many of you have learned? Indicate and then turn.
Yes.
How many of you have done that? Everyone?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. To do that, you actually had to destabilize the bike. Because your motorcycle has been designed to keep going straight, keep staying upright. And now I'm going to drop a bomb which is probably going to wipe out all of you guys like the nuclear bomb did with Hiroshima and Nagasaki. How do you turn a motorcycle? I'm going to do that jig again. Yeah. So, how do you turn a motorcycle? Okay, so you're riding, right? You're riding, okay, street rod. Woohoo! You're riding a street rod, right? Spade. But yeah, and then you are turning, right? You have to take a left-hand turn. So my left-hand turn, right? So what am I going to do with the handlebar?
Turn.
First indicate, so huge round of applause for that.
First indicate huge round.
Okay, we are done indicating. We are done looking into the mirror, going to the ones behind us. Then what do you do with your handlebar?
Pivot it. Pivot it.
Okay. Let's make it easier, right? So tell me if I'm doing this right or wrong. Okay? So this is the handlebar, left hand turn. So this is how you steer, right?
Yeah.
When you go into the corner?
Yes.
But not with the same speed.
Okay, wait. Let me clarify. street rod. Idiot. Left hand corner. Right? I'm going to turn. Right? So now, raise your hands who agrees with me. So, I'm going to turn the bike. Right? This is how I'm going to turn the bike into the left hand corner. Right? Who agrees with me? No one agrees with me. Left hand. Okay. Wow.
Street road.
Can you see me now?
Yes.
Left hand corner.
Yeah.
Me on the bike. Me on the street rod.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Right? So this is how you steer the bike into the corner, right?
Yes. Yes.
How many
Yes.
of you agree? How many of you agree?
Just lean.
Which corner is it? Is it the No, the point is, are we taking a fast, the cornering you do or just a simple left?
The cornering which all of us do. Okay, so all of you who are saying that this is not right, so what exactly do you do?
Lean.
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. So then how exactly do you turn a motorcycle?
Lean it.
Okay, one at a time, one at a time. Counter what? Counter strike. Counter steering.
It's like suppose we are taking a left hand turn.
Okay, let him talk guys, yeah?
We are taking a left hand turn. Like if it's a fast corner, we just bring the right hand.
Okay, wait, so this is me.
Yeah.
Left hand turn.
The right hand towards you, slightly, like it's not even seen. That's how we take a fast left hand corner. It's called counter steering.
Right hand towards.
Slightly towards you. It's like it's not so visible. Just to get that slight tell.
Right
Yeah.
hand towards me.
Yeah. Like
When I'm going left.
yeah. Yeah.
Done. He's drifting.
Power drifting. Drifting.
How many of you gentlemen and ladies agree with this man, boy?
Man,
Also, you
man,
don't say
boy.
yes. You don't say no. So what's your answer? Maybe? Okay, on a serious note, how many of you agree with what he has just said?
He said it right. He was explaining counter steering. That point is right, but we are on some other point. How to turn it.
Okay. Okay. Can you please stand up? What's your name? Atul. Can we please have a round of applause to Atul? Please sit down. That's how you turn a motorcycle, right? He just dropped a bomb called counter steering. In normal words, it means the opposite of steering, right? So, basically going into a corner, right, on a motorcycle, okay, you don't go like this. That's how you drive a car. That's how you steer a car, right? On a bike, you do this. You basically, left hand corner, love the free. It was like, nuclear bomb joke?
Yes.
So yeah, basically you push in the direction that you want to go. So this is the handlebar, left hand corner. Yeah. So you push on the inside bar and this is where you go. That is how you turn a motorcycle. I know. It's very difficult to digest. But that's the fastest way to get your motorcycle turned. Yeah? Okay, some people are hiding, sleeping. So yeah, that's how you turn a motorcycle, right? Did you guys get me? Did you guys see what I was doing? Push on your handlebar, either side, and see what the bike does.
Okay.
Because ladies and gentlemen, that's how you turn a motorcycle. And the crazy part is, you have been doing this all your life, ever since you've been riding a motorcycle. You turn a motorcycle, right? Everyone indicates and takes a left-hand turn. Well, that's how you turn a motorcycle, right? Of course, when you are actually going below 20 kilometers an hour, then yeah, you're actually steering, right? But once your speed goes up, the way gyro forces work on your wheels, yeah, it wants to keep going straight. So yeah, that's how you do it, right? I want you to try it out. Okay, make sure there's no one behind you, make sure you're not going very fast, because the idea here is just to unlock something in your mind, something which you have been doing for so long and you do not even know about it. Why do you need to do it? Why do you need to know? Is because during your emergency situations, with the jihadi dog, or the suicidal pedestrian, or a truck which suddenly slams its brakes and stops in front of you, to avoid colliding with that object, to steer clear, you need to know how to steer. You need to know how to steer. And this is how you steer your motorcycle. It doesn't matter if you're riding a Harley Davidson or you're riding any bike which you own. That is how you steer a motorcycle. And it's very important that you do this exercise, because once you know how to steer the motorcycle, there's no guesswork. Because what does emergency mean?
Emergency.
Exactly, right? You're not going to have time to react. So this needs to become muscle memory. This needs to be something that you know. So you don't have to think, it just happens.